General, now you're talking winding down. You actually repeat this further on, paragraph 131. You say, importantly, insofar as the way forward is concerned, this is 131, we had proposed that the following steps be taken to wind down the PKTT. 131.3, you say no new dockets would be taken by or allocated to the PKTT. What all that tells me is that you had basically accepted that the PKTT be disbanded. Your difference with the minister and indeed even Lieutenant General Sibiya was whether this should be immediate, which is what the minister and Lieutenant General Sibiya wanted, or it should be a phased process, which is what you preferred. Now you have said that the instruction to disband was unlawful. Can you explain why you accepted that there be a disbandment, but that it be a phased process?
After, of course, talking to the minister, looking for an ear to explain this matter further, to understand why is he doing what he's doing. At some point then, I had no alternative left but to say, well, if ever it has to go your way of disbandment. In other words, I'm giving in, but not in his approach, but on my approach, to say, let then the team be wind down if ever it has to be disbanded. That's why I'm saying. What I'm saying is that at this point in time, yes, in a way I'm giving into his instruction, but I say, not your way, but my way. And that's where then still there was no agreement on that.
I do not understand that, General. Remember, right at the beginning, I asked you this, and I even said, I was first hypothetical, as it were, and then I said, I will ask you as General Masemola a direct question. And I said, if the minister were to give you an instruction that strays onto your purview of functions, would you obey that? And you said you would disobey that. Do you remember giving me that answer right at the beginning?
Yeah, correct, Commissioner.
Now, why is it that once confronted with what you say was an unlawful instruction from the minister, you relented? Can you explain that? Especially regard being held to what you say. You say in paragraph 161, the decision to disband the PKTT in KZN was fundamentally an operational matter falling squarely within the purview of the National Commissioner, who is responsible for the management and strategic deployment of policing resources. The effect of that is that the instruction was unlawful. The minister was not legally entitled to have given that instruction. Do you agree that that is the effect of this? Paragraph 161.
I do agree, Commissioner.
All right, let me take you to 188. There you say, in respect of the minister, knowing what I now know, what I consider to be irrational and inexplicable, and I emphasize what follows, encroachment into operational issues is now explained, blah, blah, blah. But what I focus on is you say the minister was encroaching onto your area of function. Now, just tell me how, especially in the face of what you said at the beginning, which is that you would not obey an unlawful instruction from the minister. Now, you say in so many words that this was unlawful. Unlawful, why? Because it strayed onto your area of function. So why do you now suddenly talk the language of winding down in a phased manner, and no new dockets are to be given to the PKTT? Effectively, you are relenting to an unlawful instruction. And you have told us at the beginning, you will never do that. You will disobey an unlawful instruction. Can you please explain yourself?
Thanks, Commissioner. Well, if you look back on the letter, it did say disestablish immediately. I refused to do that, hence I said to my team, don't do it. I come back, I seek audience. The audience don't come, and eventually when it comes, it's still insistence on do established. And by that time, of course, I'm not aware of that the December operation gave effect to the disestablishment of the team. But of course, I'm seeking answers. Why is this team being established? And I've got no other assistance where to go to. I've got this team, I've got this minister, and he insists on this establishment.
General, if it's unlawful, it's unlawful.
I agree, Commissioner.
So I just do not get you. I do not follow you. It's unlawful, and you told us this morning that if an unlawful instruction were to issue from the minister, you would disobey it. Now here's one. It's unlawful at paragraph 161 and at paragraph 188 of your affidavit. You say the instruction was unlawful. So why obey it if you've told us that you would not obey an unlawful instruction? It's a simple question. I don't quite get your answer.
Okay, no, I agree, Commissioner. I do understand what the Commissioner is saying. That yes, I said I will not agree to it. But what I'm saying is that if you were sitting in my position where I was, and this minister is insistent, without the hindsight of knowing later, because the Commissioner now is advantage in that you have got the before I know the December operation of the 6, how it impacted on the disestablishment. And also me say no, I'm not going to comply with this instruction, which I did to an extent, made sure the team is not disestablished immediately, that I was successful. And eventually, without any other help, and with this minister here in front of me, insisting, I had to end up saying, well, if we do it your way, I don't accept, but let's rather do it my way. Probably as we go along, I might find motive, and kept on saying, but Minister, why are you disestablishing this team? I kept asking that question all the time. I did acknowledge, Commissioner, that yes, initially I refused not to comply with his instruction. But after having no any other way, and life goes on, this man is here in front of me, he wants the team disestablished. There is no any other help. So what do? The only way that I did was, no, if you do that, you do it my way, not your way. Because
maybe then, I hope I won't sound as being facetious. Maybe then you should have qualified your answer of this morning and say, I would not obey an unlawful instruction unless the minister breathes down my neck.
Unless?
the minister breathes down my neck.
Okay. I hear, Commissioner.